you done that, I lost my eyebrows, had to grow them back.
You're cooking with Hurley Ray and Chuck. Today was Chuck's day in the hole. Finally, since 1 o'clock, Chuck has been on the grill cooking. And I have avoided the grill. But in between all of that, it was the rain. You know, we made a decision this morning we was gonna cook if it rained or whatever happened. Yeah. So we was up here at 1 o'clock trying to decide, and we said, hey, we're gonna do it. But Bobby, we glad you come. And Bobby's been on one end of a lot of this game we've got. We've got some rabbits.
On the business end.
Oh, yeah. The squirrel, the hog. We really had a great time hunting this year with you. Oh, yeah. And then we have a great time socializing and eating and cooking. So we really appreciate it. And Chuck, you carried the load today, buddy.
Man, I'm going to tell you right now, the one thing I have figured out today, as you can tell, they got me all scruffy. But if it swims, crawls, climbs in a tree, or slithers on its belly, we done shot it, skinned it, marinated it, put some dry rub on it, and throwed it on the grill or deep fried it. I tell you right now, man, let's see.
The deer was so tender, it was unbelievable.
Man,
you done a super job on the dove.
Well, I appreciate it. Yep, we took a dove breast. I was over with John Hunter last night, and John says, come on, let's do some of this dove. So what we did, we made a marinade with a little rice wine vinegar and a little olive oil and some fresh herbs. We wrapped it in bacon and we marinated it. And then when we cooked it, I had a little roasted garlic butter thing I just slap on it and let that smoke work. And it was pretty good. What was fun was that leg of lamb we did.
Oh.
Man, we injected that with a little marinade and stuff. And I ain't gonna tell y'all what's in the marinade.
The leg of deer.
Leg of deer, excuse me, leg of lamb. You know what's making me think of leg of lamb is what we put on it. We put bay leaf and fresh rosemary and let that set up. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that come out nice.
Oh, yeah. And Bobby here, he brought us some pictures. He got a picture of the hog we eating. And I got a picture of the squirrels. You know, he was that squirrel.
Squirrels.
But that's right. And we ain't talking about domesticated squirrels either. We didn't shoot them in the yard, did we?
No.
So one thing is that pig looks a whole lot better in the pot than it does in that picture.
Hanging up. That's right.
He don't look happy. How big was he?
He was 180 pounds.
Woo, and he was not happy.
No, well, I shot him. He was about 70 yards off when I shot him. I had a muzzle loader, so you got
one shot.
And he dropped about 20 feet from it. And I had one of them old gloves on you had to flip up, and I was trying to get another shell. I couldn't get that shell to save my life.
And let me tell you, there was a little angst involved, wasn't there?
Yeah.
The tension level was rising?
It was rising.
I'll tell you right now, there's not much scarier than a wild hog, man. That's a vicious animal.
It can be.
We had a great time, and Chuck, I hate we didn't get a picture of you in the grill and all that stuff we put together.
Well, guess what? I appreciate because y'all to see me sweating, and Hurley Ray just kept giving me stuff to throw on there. I mean, every time he's like, Chuck, once you do that, well, you got that. I was like, all right, Hurley Ray, what's going on? But he did come up with some new creations today.
Oh,
man, tell him about them new, what you call smoky Cajun breath mints you come up with.
We boil a potato and crab ball, and we cut him open, and we dipped him out, and we filled him up, and we put a garlic on.
Yeah, but we also took boiled shrimp and did them in crab boil, took them a little seasoning and some cream cheese, cut that up and stuffed that in there and put that piece of garlic on top. Then we stuck it back in that grill and smoked it.
Man.
It wasn't no good, was it?
Oh, man.
Again, it's one of them rules. If you're going to kiss somebody or you plan on being with them later, make sure both y'all have one of these things, because that garlic, it stays with you. Well, you know what, son? We got to go in there. I guess we got to talk to some people, because they fed up, didn't they?
Oh, my goodness. Chow down.
Well, that's our cue. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be in the courtyard seeing how everybody's doing. Come on.
All right. We hit the table now, and this is a picture that I was fortunate enough to go on a hunting trip. There was 4 of us went, and we went up to Yazoo City, and we killed a good mess of squirrels. And this is our gravy right here. This is our squirrel gravy. We fried the squirrels and then made a gravy out of it, and I'm telling you, we have eaten a bunch of it. Bobby over here's got the hog, and I don't know that you can see it or not, but he's got the hog that we cooked down here, or he's cooked.
It looks better in this pot down here with barbecue sauce on it.
The hogs at that end, the squirrels at this end, and everything else you can think of is in between.
There you go. We got the deer.
I ain't got no picture of it, but this is a venison pinwheel. What it is, we took it and tenderized it, rolled it out, put a little cream cheese, a little strip of that nice jalapeno pepper, rolled it up, and then wrapped it in bacon, and then we smoked it. And seeing how I'm holding this one, it's got to go with me.
Chuck, how do we say that? If it look good, it got to taste good. It look good.
Man, I tell you,
a lot of work right now.
Again, you know the thing that you and I always emphasize: the eye eats first. It's important that it looks appetizing. But I tell you right now, the part I like is, I stood over that grill all day and there's smoke everywhere, but the smell, that smoke smell makes your mouth water, especially from the South, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there just ain't nothing like it.
No.
Man, you wouldn't believe all the stuff. What I can't get over is that Jimmy Moran, man, he fried up more. What did he do? He did Cajun style venison. He took backstrap, and then he took some more, and what did he do? He seasoned it up, marinated it, and then he put it in flour and fried it.
You know, I thought we was gonna have a ton of it left, and you look over it, there is a little of it left, but there ain't no ton.
You know what it is? They went through this like locusts through a wheat field. All right, we had a few people up in this place.
You and John Hunter fixed this. Tell about the hind quarter.
Yeah, we talked about that hind quarter. We stuffed it and put that rosemary. But man, is there them dove breasts left?
Dove breast? Let me see. Chuck, I don't.
Not many.
Well, yeah, here's one we can look at.
Put it this way, that's 1 out of 58. So there ain't much left. It's all wrapped up in bacon, been marinated. And now that you're holding it, that means you're going to have to eat it.
Oh, that's right. It's my name on it. It is so tender, it's unbelievable for dove breast to be this tender.
Yeah, Ray, what we ought to do is go ahead and get us a mic and go interview some of these people, see what they thought about our wild game experience.
Yes, indeed. Bob, is there anything else you want to say? I mean, we really appreciate you coming from Van Cleve down here and be a part of this.
No, I'm about ready to start back to eating myself.
Well, I tell you right now, it was fun, partner. We can't tell you how much we appreciate you. And you know what's nice? I think we ought to make this at least an annual or biannual. What you think?
I want some of
that. That sounds even better yet. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to interview some people and see how some of them, most of them enjoyed themselves. Some people didn't even know they was eating wild game, and we told them later. And I think they still enjoy
liked it.
Yes, sir. So come on back. We're going to take a break, come back and see. Again, if you see smoke and the house ain't on fire, it's Early Red Chuck. Come pass a good time. Well, I'm standing here where I was standing for about 5 hours today. As you can see, the smoke was rolling. We kept throwing the oak and the hickory to it. Man, if you see these grates right now, the only thing we're missing is a little bit something else to cook. Marvin Hicks, please tell everybody what we've been doing today.
Well, Chuck, I don't think you need anything else to cook because we got food left over here that wasn't ate, and I have never heard so many compliments on the food as I did tonight. Well, the deer meat was tender, and everybody said, "Give my compliments to the chef."
Well, hold on a second. Now, the nice part about cooking, see, we've been here since early.
All right.
And every once in a while, what was your job today?
Well, probably preparation and
no, he was
cleaning up.
Yeah, don't let him fool you. He was checking it for salt content. That's what he told me. He says, I got to check that for salt content.
Yeah.
And you had to check everything.
And by the time it got time to eat, I couldn't hold any water. But there's one advantage of that. You get everything fresh off the grill.
You do get everything fresh off the grill. I know one thing, boy.
Delicious.
Man, when we pulled it, hey, remember when we started with them dove breasts today?
Uh-huh.
Man, they was all right, wasn't they?
I don't know. I didn't get to eat the 3 of them, so I couldn't really tell. I wanted more, but you knocked my hand out of the way when you started.
Sometimes the salt checker, you got to keep an eye on him. I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, the other thing that was nice, we also had some people that brought other things.
Other
you know,
dishes. Mm-hmm.
We saw the potato salad. Man, did you have any of that peach cobbler?
No, I didn't get any of that.
Man, I walked by it and it looked like locusts had gone through.
But I did get some of that house and pepper and Coubillon gravy.
Man, and was that fun
delicious.
or what?
That was good.
I'll tell you right now. And did you have any of that barbecue? What they call that couchon?
I had some of that.
You know what that is? That's pig.
And I had some of the fried deer meat that Jim Moran fried. He did an excellent job on.
Well, I tell you right now, that tenderizer. He showed me you got that tenderizer. Where you get that at?
I got over in Mobile at a kitchen supply store.
Man, I tell you right now, what's it got about 25 needles in it?
48.
48 needles.
48 needles.
A bunch of needles. I tell you right now, it breaks down them tissues and that fire, and boy, it tenderizes it really
It will
nice.
tenderize meat. I recommend everybody to get them one of those.
I tell you, the other thing is that gravy they made. They fried up all them onions and that oil, and boy, it made almost and got that flour, made a nice little roux, and that's what they put over all that squirrel.
The squirrel.
Man, that was delicious, wasn't
was
it?
good.
And the salt checker goes, he said, man, one of these is kind of tough. I said, put it down in that gravy for a while. It's gonna loosen him up. And it sure made a difference.
I'm trying to decide what I like best, and I kept checking everything to see which was the best, and I still hadn't made up my mind.
It's a good thing we got leftovers. I tell you, the one thing that was nice today is we had so many people underneath. You know, Hurley Ray, he's got to have his overhang. Well, the bad part is we had the grill. We had the grill, so the smoke was rolling back over.
Well, it rained when we first started.
That's right. So we finally moved it out, so we got the smoke going up and out, and that's when all the people started showing up because they knew that you know where that smoke is.
We were lucky that the weather fired off.
It did. Well, you know, it's karma. We got that good karma.
Right.
We was going to feed a lot of people good food, and God smiled on us, and He says, "We're going to have us pass a good time." I tell you right now, Marvin, we couldn't have done it without you, partner.
I enjoyed helping, and more than anything else, I enjoyed the salt taste.
Well, the thing is,
I like that title.
The one thing I did say to Marvin before, I said, Marvin, I have never cooked with you that we didn't pass a good time, and the food was just exceptional.
Delicious. It's
Top
always
shelf.
every time that I've had the opportunity to get with y'all, I have never got into bad food.
Well, the problem is, if we did, we'd probably talk about somebody for a long time.
Right.
It would be bad. So you can't afford that. Not with this crew. The one nice thing about this group of people is everybody's a really good cook. So it's like we always take it to a new level. The problem is we on a level now I don't think we could attain any other way.
It can't get no better.
It can't get no better than that.
We had a variety of foods here.
I tell you again, if it crawled, climbed, slid it on its belly, we put it on the grill, didn't we?
Right. It was good. And we cooked different meats, like deer meat. We cooked it about 4 or 5 different
we
ways.
smoked it, we fried it. I had one, did that roast. Man, was that roast?
A ham roast?
Yeah, we took that whole leg. That was
yeah.
delicious with that rosemary. And again, it was almost like a leg of lamb. But like Jimmy Moran says, he says some people, you know, that's got to be really done. Me, I like it kind of medium rare because it's still tender. It's got that flavor
juicy.
and that injection and all that. And of course, we don't do anything without putting garlic in it. You ever notice that? We always got to have that garlic.
Well, since you're from New Orleans, garlic is one of the main ingredients.
I think that's a prerequisite. I think they put it in formula when they give it to you. Either that or they rub it on the nipple. I ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, Hurley Ray's gonna corner somebody and ask him what they made and how they done it. Yeah. So we're gonna take a break. When we come back, it'll be Hurley Ray up next. Come back. Thank you.
All right, you're cooking with Hurley Ray and Chuck. Bob, we really appreciate y'all, and I say y'all, I think they give you the chore of cooking the pig.
I had to cook. Bobby Best killed the pig, but we made a little homemade barbecue sauce and stewed that hog down for about 4 hours in a crock pot today, and really turned out good and tender and
well, everybody,
really good.
I'm talking about everybody enjoyed it, and he's sitting over there with an empty pot. He's going to show the audience about his barbecue, but it's all gone. And what can you say other than it was just great? And we really appreciate y'all coming down here and taking part. You know, Bobby helped, we killed the squirrels, and Billy Bond, a bunch of us, and some of the deer, the hog, you know, John Hunter killed the doves, and so it's a real camaraderie when you can sit down and enjoy eating some of the stuff that you've harvested.
It sure is. You did a great job putting this together tonight, Hurley Ray, and we appreciate you doing this and getting together all these folks.
Well,
had a great time.
You know, the weather was trying to outdo us, and we said we're going to do it anyway. So we really had a great time.
Yeah.
And let's say there's a couple other people I want to tell thank you for fixing things. And again, we really appreciate y'all coming down from Van Cleve and taking part.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, Jimmy, well, listen, we really appreciate it. And, you know, people, you come in here and eat like this, and you was working all yesterday evening and last night on it.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy's the one that made these real pretty, what did he call it, the deer rolls?
Yeah.
Done a great job. And also, he also fried our deer meat. We had tenderloins and different deer steaks and stuff, and he fried it 2 or 3 different ways. But Jimmy, it was just really great, and we really appreciate it. I guarantee you.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed it. A little bit of preparation time, but it's all worthwhile.
You know, it just makes things so much better when you have folks that you can call. And of course, Jimmy's my brother-in-law, and a great guy. And if he wasn't my brother-in-law, but main thing is when you call and need some help and say, look, let's cook so-and-so or let's do so-and-so, and Jimmy's one of these guys that always said, I'll be a part of it. And Jimmy, we really appreciate everything.
Glad to help out.
And done a super job of cooking. And so we're blessed with a number of good friends that enjoys cooking and the fellowship like we do. So with that, let's go on a break and talk to a couple of more guys.
All right.
Man, I am lucky to be here with two of the more august individuals located here in Goshen, Mississippi, Mr. John Hunter and Mr. Kenny Smith. Sir, how we doing?
Pleasure.
That's what I'm
Good
talking about.
Good to see you.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to see you.
Of course, we've been hanging out since yesterday working on that dove and that venison. But Kenny, what'd you think about it? We invited him as a taster.
You know what? When I used to come to the Mr. Benny Catito's thing back in the late 70s, early 80s.
They were arguing
you
about
know
the
what?
date earlier.
And we had coon, they had possum. I mean, they had wild turkey, they had everything you could think about. And you know what?
We need to get some.
You know who was there?
Who?
Pee Wee Reese and Dizzy Dean.
Dizzy Dean, like the baseball player Dizzy Dean?
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not even in the Catito family at that time. I was a coach in Pascagoula High School, and they invited me, and that was before my time.
Now, hold on a second. So y'all used to do a wild game thing in the 70s.
Oh, man.
So this is like a historical step for y'all to do this again, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Big time.
But how do we compare?
Well, you getting started. Did I tell it like it was?
Now you take
About 5 years
Kenny,
now, you're going to be at the right place.
Let me explain something to you. If I didn't think you was going to tell me the truth, I wouldn't ask you the question.
Well, I'm telling you the truth now. You're getting started.
Good, good.
Well, there was a lot more hunters in those days.
Really?
And some of the old timers from this county started the wild game supper. And it was held at Catito's restaurant, which is Kenny's father-in-law.
That's right.
And Mr.
Where was that located at?
Right there in Pascagoula
North
Market Street.
North Market Street.
Man, I don't even know where that is.
Well, we'll show you one day.
You're going to show me. All right,
We'll go to a lunch across the street from Ed Drive-In.
Oh, okay. I know
That's
where
where
that
it is.
I know where that is. Okay. So, back in the 70s, they used to come in, and back then, were y'all the shooters, or were y'all the cooks, or you just invited?
We did it all.
You did it all.
Absolutely.
So
if you weren't a cook, you didn't get to shoot.
Holy goodness. So now, is that a new rule now? If you don't cook, you can't shoot?
Well, let me tell you a story.
I got to start shooting.
Let me tell you a story.
All right.
I used to be considered a designated driver. We had Judd Dixon. We had, I'm telling you, everybody you could think about. Wilbur Dees, Mr. Benny Catito, and we'd all Donald Cumbis was one.
Jerry Lee.
Jerry Lee. And we would go up in North Jackson County and dove shoot. But I could not have a drink. I had to do the driving. And I heard more stories than I've ever heard in my life. They would tell stories that I can't even repeat.
Well, I understand. And it's probably a good thing because we on film.
No.
So, anyways, gentlemen, so are we going to go dove hunting this year?
Absolutely. But you got to get a shotgun.
I got shotgun. I got a shotgun. Matter of
Are you carrying Anna?
I got a skeet gun. No, she don't.
Okay, she doesn't do it.
No, she don't. She doesn't shoot anymore. She used to. She likes going squirrel hunting. I might take her
When I
there.
got all those other type invectors, you don't have to shoot skeet. You can shoot the real thing.
Well, I'm telling you right
Jock,
now,
let me
I
tell you
can't
something.
wait.
My grandson can shoot better than I can now. Jock Martin, that little squirt can really shoot.
Well, you told me he took.
He's great.
He's great. Well, I'll tell y'all right now, the last time that I really went to a dove hunt, we had an old guy. When I say old guy, we're talking old. He had bib
Over
overall.
40, huh?
Over 80.
Oh, 80.
All right. And he had a bib overall, and he had one button, and he was wearing them white go-to-town shrimp boots, and he had a one-eyed dog. And now hold on a second. I'm out there. I got about 10. Hey, I got 10 cases of shells. Right. I look like an ACAC gun over Germany. I'm pumping shells out. He's got one box, 25 shells, single shot, breakdown, 410. The boy missed one dove. I stood there in awe. I mean, I like to burn the barrel out of my Mossberg, and I think I bagged about 18 dove. he bagged 24 dove and 25 shots.
Isn't that
It was
wonderful?
the finest demonstration of marksmanship I ever seen.
It's
But-
wonderful.
Of the recreation, next year is going to be even better on the second annual creation after all these years.
All right, so you know what? Next year we're going to have to get us a turkey, and we're going to have to get us some other forms of game, and I'm going to get some alligator.
Well, let me tell you this. Now, turkey is a little bit harder to kill than a dove.
Wait, you know,
They
say,
smart.
well, they say they can see 10 times better man and hear like 8 times better than man.
Oh, they smart, but they're beautiful.
They are beautiful. They are beautiful. Well, gentlemen, thank y'all again for the little history lesson.
Pleasure.
And
Enjoyed it.
as always, whenever you got any questions about history, these are the gentlemen that you talk to, all right? So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, Hurley Ray and I are going to close this show up. Again, if you see smoke and the house ain't on fire, it's Hurley Ray and Chuck. Come past
All right.
You cooking with Hurley Ray and Chuck. Chuck, another great time,
Ooh,
partner.
son, I'm going to tell you right now, it was awesome. I feel like I'm like, I guess would be immersed, permeated, and covered in smoke. Because I stood in front of that grill all day. But boy, it was nice.
You know, we started last night and it was raining. It was, you know, and it's tough starting to fix food. It's raining. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. And we
kept calling each other like, are we going to do this? Yeah, we're going to do this. You sure? Yeah, we're going to do it. I come, man. Hey, we come out all right
12
now.
o'clock today, it was raining outside. Chuck, what we going to do? Let's try it.
Let's give it a run. You know, the thing is, that y'all would have probably seen a whole lot more cooking, but our cameraman's afraid of the water. All right?
Something like his camera's delicate.
I don't know we got to
It
get him
wasn't delicate. Man, you got in it.
That's it. We need to get him a waterproof camera is what I'm thinking.
That's exactly right.
That way he'd be all season, all weather.
Man, I'm telling you, but it turned out great. Good crowd of folks. We had people coming and going all night. I mean, it just turned out
Well,
great.
I tell you right now, everybody got their fill, and they probably haven't had wild game cooked so many different ways.
That's right.
And I think, talking to Kenny and John, we got some more stuff we got to tackle. And I think...
Well, they want to make it a little bit broader, and again, of course, in our case here, you know, we didn't do it as grand scale.
Well, we didn't own a restaurant. and they probably had a few more nickels than we got between us.
Yes, indeed. But we had a bunch of good folks that jumped in here. You know,
Fabulous.
your wife, Farrell, Moray, you know, all these guys jumped in.
I love y'all.
And Kenny Smith. And let me tell you right now, it makes all the difference in the world when you got people like this
That's
coming to your
right. That's
soirees.
exactly right.
I'm going to tell you something. This is a great cookout. I've never eaten any fried venison that's that tender in my life.
Well, I tell you right now, it's that tenderizer that Marvin Hicks uses. It's great.
They had to get it from Venus, Louisiana.
We had it all imported. We brought it in. No, most of it was from Mississippi.
Everything was great.
Where'd
The
you say the
dove
squirrels
breast,
were
the
from?
whole thing.
The squirrel was from the Delta, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the dove breast was a shot that John Hunter went and did.
Yeah.
So I tell you right now,
Well,
thank
now,
you, sir.
John is good now.
Yes, sir. And I tell you
He's
right
my
now,
neighbor too.
I know he is, and we're going to have to go on a dove hunt
All right.
this season.
We're going on a
Kenny,
boat ride.
appreciate you coming. That's right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Again, if you see smoke and the house ain't on fire, it's Hurley Ray and Chuck. Come pass a good time. And you can contact us if you want us to come to your house or you got something that you cook or you want to show off. Call Tammy at WKFK at 762. What's that number?
Oh, you know, not changing the subject. Let me tell you about this, Chuck. A while ago, the guy was going down the road and he called me up and said, "What are you having over there?" I said, "You hungry?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Come on down."
Well, you know what it was?
So
It was
it's
a smoke.
unbelievable.
It
Saw
was
the
a
smoke.
Saw the smoke and knew what was going on. But again, you can get it through WKFK.com or you can contact us at our email site, and it's hurleyrayandchuck@bellsouth.net. It's hurleyrayandchuck. We can't afford the A and the D. So please contact us. Come down, contact the station. We'll be more than happy to come out and pass a good time with you. So again, you never know where we're going to show up.
Might be next door.
Might be next door, and you'll see that smoke, and it could be us. Hurley Ray, thank you again, brother.
pastime.
And thanks for allowing me to stand over that grill for 5 hours. Come back and see us next week.
Payback's a devil.